All right, let's dive in. If you're a Notion user, you already know it's an incredible tool for organizing, well, pretty much everything. But what if you could make it even more powerful? Today, we're going to talk about how to break Notion out of its shell, connect it to all the other tools you use, and really transform it from just a workspace into the command center for your entire digital life. So let's start with a tough question, right? Is your Notion a beautiful prison for your data? I mean, we spend all this time building these perfect dashboards and databases. Everything looks amazing. But for the longest time, getting your data in and out of Notion, especially automatically, has felt like a massive chore. It's like your data's organized and beautiful, but it's trapped, totally cut off from the rest of your workflow. And that, right there, is the problem. Notion is sold as this all-in-one workspace, and honestly, it's great for that. But that dream kind of falls apart when you find yourself manually copying info from an email, or updating a task in another app, or exporting data just to create an invoice. That constant context switching and boring, repetitive work is the exact thing we're trying to escape. Okay, so how do we fix this? Well, the journey started with building bridges, the very first connections that let Notion start talking to the huge universe of other apps out there. Well, these early bridges really came in two main flavors. First, you had your simple embeds. You could paste a link from Miro or Google Drive, and a live preview would just pop up inside your Notion page. That was a nice visual touch. But the second and much more powerful bridge was through what we called no-code automation platforms, like Zapier, that promised to make all your different apps talk to each other automatically. The easiest way to think about a tool like Zapier is as a universal translator for your software. I mean, it connects to over 5,000 different apps. It can listen for something to happen in one app and then tell a totally different app to do something else as a result. And the best part? You don't have to write a single line of code. It's a ridiculously powerful idea. And how it works is actually super simple. It all just boils down to two things: a trigger and an action. First, something has to happen. Let's say you create a new item in a Notion database. That's the trigger. Then, the automation tool sees that trigger and performs an action, like maybe creating a new bullet point over in Workflowy. That simple recipe, trigger, then action, is what lets you connect pretty much any two apps you can think of. But, and this was a big but, there was always a catch: the wait. These automations just weren't instant. You'd create a new item or check a box, and then you'd just sit there, sometimes for a minute, sometimes if you were on a free plan, for up to 15 minutes. It wasn't a real-time workflow. It was more of a wait-and-see workflow, which kind of defeated the purpose. This delay was a huge roadblock, but it led to a total revolution in Notion automation. And it's all thanks to one single feature: webhooks. This is what changed everything and unlocked true instant automation. You can really see the difference here. The old way, polling, it's like your app is constantly nagging Notion. Got anything new? Anything? How about now? Over and over again. It's just inefficient and slow. The new way, with webhooks, is a direct, instant notification. The second something happens, a signal gets sent. No delays, no waiting. It just works. I love this analogy. A webhook is basically a digital doorbell. The old polling method is like you getting up every 5 minutes to check the front door to see if a package has arrived. A webhook is the delivery driver ringing your doorbell the instant the package is there. It's an efficient, immediate signal that says, hey, something just happened, time to do something about it. And people in the community felt this change, immediately. As content creator Dimitri Panici said, this wasn't just some minor update. It was completely groundbreaking. It just fundamentally changed the kinds of things you could build with Notion. Okay, so that's the techie stuff. But what does this actually let you do? I mean, what does it look like in the real world? Let's dive into some awesome examples of what's possible with instant automation. Okay, picture this. You're in a meeting and you get a killer idea for a piece of content. Instead of fumbling around with a bunch of different apps, you just hit one button in Notion. Instantly, that idea appears on your content calendar. All the subtasks for scripting, filming, and editing get created and assigned, and it even makes the right folders for you in Google Drive. It's one click, that's it, and the whole machine just goes. Or what about invoicing? That's a huge one. You finish a project you've been tracking in Notion, you hit a button that says create and send invoice. A webhook fires off, tells an automation tool to go generate an invoice in Stripe, and then, and this is the magic part, it sends the new invoice ID and the URL right back to your Notion page. All of this happens in 2 seconds. It's wild.
And that's the whole point, right? This isn't just a neat party trick. It's about getting rid of all that manual data entry and saving a ton of time. Like Dimitri said, we are literally talking about saving hours every single week. Now, no-code tools with webhooks, they are incredibly powerful, but eventually you might hit a ceiling. What happens when you want to do something really specific, something that the standard tools just weren't built for? Well, for that, you have to go a level deeper. You have to go to the API. Look, if you build enough of these automations, it's pretty much guaranteed you're going to hit a wall at some point. You'll have this brilliant idea for a workflow, and then you'll discover this one frustrating little thing that the tool can't do. To break through that wall, you have to stop using the translators and start speaking Notion's native language directly through its API. So what is an API? Don't let the name scare you. An application programming interface is just a set of official rules, a language really, that lets software talk directly to other software. It's the toolkit developers use to build custom, super powerful workflows with total control. And here is a classic example of hitting that wall. One of Notion's superpowers is relating items between different databases, right? But for the longest time, the standard no-code tools just couldn't automatically update those relation properties. You couldn't, say, automatically link a new sales lead to its corresponding company page. It was a huge roadblock. But with the API, you can just blast right through that wall. Using a special step like Code by Zapier, you can write just a tiny bit of code that talks directly to the Notion API. It can find the exact page you want to link, find the other page it needs to be linked to, and then tell Notion's API, hey, connect these two things. And just like that, problem solved. So what does that actually look like? If we peek under the hood, it's basically just a very specific message. You don't need to be a programmer to get the gist. You're just telling it what action to take, like patch to update something. You give it the exact address of the Notion page. You provide your secret key to prove it's you, and then you send the exact data you want to change. It's all about precision. And when you put all this together, the instant webhooks, the total control of the API, something really fundamental changes. Notion stops being just an app that you use. It becomes a true platform, a foundation that you can build your own custom software on top of. Which brings us to the big, exciting question. We've gone from this closed-off workspace to a system that can connect with basically any service on the internet in real time. So many of the old limitations are just gone. The only real question left is, what are you going to build with it? And that's it for this explainer. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.